All right. And we are back again with your name?
Lena Zaghmouri.
Lena. Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your book right here?
So my book is it's basically two narratives interspersed at the same time. So the first one is one that like focuses on a new marriage, and also one that has chapters featured from the main character's childhood. So like going backwards format.
Okay. And what do you want your readers to gain from reading this book?
Well, I think just writing in general would usually be just, to have a new insight on, and I guess this is kind of a lofty goal, but a new insight like on the world and like, other people, especially at the time I started writing this. There weren't really a lot of other narratives in English about, people of Palestinian descent. So that factored into it as well.
Okay. And what are some of the things that inspired you when you were writing?
Partially like life experience. And I also think, I'd always, what basically inspired me to write was I'd always loved storytelling. And as a preteen, I got more into books. As a child, I wasn't really that into books, but when I started liking, I found new books I loved, I wanted to be able to make something like that to kind of contribute to that.
And now that you've read so many books, what are one of your favorite ones now?
One of my favorites, well, I think one of the first ones that I really that I think really inspired me to write was The White Oleander. It's kind of an old one now, but I read it at the time it came out. And also there's works by like Brenda Gerard, stuff like that. I know her personally too, so like a lot of other writers I feel like inspire me.
Okay. And if someone was trying to get into writing or research or anything like that, what's some of the advice that you would give them?
Well, I think it's important to be, persistent and dedicated. I mean, that doesn't mean like don't take any breaks, because I mean, you kind of need those to recharge. But I think it's also important to, have confidence, but then also be open to like constructive criticism too. You don't have to listen to everyone who says something negative, but just what you decide is really something that you can learn from is good.
And what keeps you like motivated to keep continuing to read, to keep continuing to write, or anything like that?
I mean, there are times when I've done like way less of it. I mean, this book took me like over 10 years, so I think what keeps me inspired is just, how much I like doing it. And it's also been great, having like the publication to see what, other people have responded to it. Because for a long time, it was just, like the writing I did, and I would read it and that kind of thing. So it would only be like a personal thing, but now it's become more of like a world, well, not world, like outside thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Okay, thank
you. And we will be right back.
Thank you.